What Beauty Entails. Written by Shark Snark. Read by Ashe. For a moment, a hushed quietness settled between them, and they both only gazed at each other. When Dedue raised his hand to brush a strand of hair back behind Ashe's ear, and nestled the violet he had held between his fingers before there, too, Ashe closed his eyes and nuzzled into the touch. At first, it was just the gentle swipe of fingers against his cheek. Then, the caress of a palm, a light tug against his jaw. The lips that pecked his faintly made him push forward, made him curl his fingers into the front of Dedue's clothes, made him stand on his tippy toes to press his mouth onto his lips, though instead it landed on his chin. The little stumble was cuter than it was awkward, and Dedue chuckled as he leaned down for a proper kiss. As their lips nudged together softly, Ashe's arm wrapped around Dedue's neck, and Dedue's hands settled on his hips, pulling them closer. They remained in their embrace for a little while, fingers squeezing and clinging, lips curling and tickling, until they separated just a bit. Nothing was as stunning, as comforting and calming as the color of Ashe's eyes, Dedue thought, losing himself in the meadows of green. It reminded him of his days in Dusker, of the lush greens and flowers speckled among it, and of the greenhouse at Garrick Mock. At the same time, it grounded him to where he was now, in Fodland with his love. "You're beautiful," he whispered, but both knew it meant more. It was more than just his physical appearance. It meant his heart, his mind, what he had become, what they had become. "So are you," replied Ashe, his small hands grasping Dedue's face. The kiss he planted on his chin this time was deliberate, just below his lips where a scar had been etched into his skin. This, too, meant more than just his love despite his scars. Both of them were here now, in a small inn they called their home, where they had abandoned what they once thought were their dreams, being a knight, being a vassal to the king, and found their happiness, their peace, their love after all the pain and sorrow the war had placed upon them. And all of them was beautiful. Ashe's love for Dusker cuisine, these meals he cooked in Fodland in an attempt to bring both nations' cultures closer, the garden they tended to, the inn that was frequented by their friends as well, the adoration they both felt whenever they were together. Dedue did not think of this life as any more freedom than before, for he had never felt restrained in his autonomy, and yet he could not deny the tranquility and serenity of being without Dimitri and loving Ashe instead. He had learned, through him, of a new purpose in his life, to follow his heart's desires, and to live for the love he found in Ashe. And for Ashe, too, Dedue meant stability, meant joy and warmth and love, as his presence gave him the confidence he lacked, the reassurance he needed to go on. Their tragedies and grief, though not forgotten, had mended and healed in the comfort of one another. They had found beauty in this life again.